time when savage beasts grew. The cracked earth, a time when misery mixed with magic polluted the air you breathed. A time when death was a blessing and life an endless curse. For now is the time of the barbarian.
We will be here forever and ever and ever, while you'll be over by next September.
Untouchable, with the skills to crush it. Make a girl strip naked and just give it here.
Competition low dicks like flu. Hooked up to a respirator waiting to die. Got the whole world terrified. Terrified. Don't settle for less, we take the whole pie.
I'ma do it like it's never been done before. I'm a king like Evelyn. Champagne in my glass will forever pour. Campaign long last and forever raw. Like Daddy Kane. Your boy's here, glad he came. I know through the thunder and the rain. I go head first with a slicker on. And stay dry. Go ahead, get your liquor on. And stay high. I be sober as a pastor. When they said that it was over for the master, they was wrong. I won't be on that same shit that they was on. And I promised I would be here when they was gone. But mama always told me that success was more about the journey than who the best. So I push on through the stress. It's senseless. Stop being what I am.
Relentless.
1, 2, 1, 2. Big virtuoso. Master Ace. The white shadow of Norway. Big bang. Yo, it's virtuoso. White shadow and Master Ace. These vocals in mic battles make you a casket case. Lacerate your face. Masticate the break. Blast the 808 with lyrics from my massive database. Face my fate with total abandon. My vocals are cannons exploding at random till no one is standing. Fuck holding for it.
All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me. All right. Yeah, this one's actually 2 games in one. So it's this game and then a game called Pink Sweets, which is I guess they consider it to be a oh my god, my controller just disconnected. Shit. Oh man, this sucks. Damn. All right, it's connected now. What the hell? Mushi, yeah, that's a good one. There's 2. So both of those games. There's Mishihima-sama. Both the games got released on the 360. The first game, Mushihima-sama game, came out on the PS2. I don't have that. I got Futari, but I don't have the first one. And there was actually 2 releases of the sequel on the 360. There was so if you're looking to get a copy, there's 2 versions on the 360 of its sequel, Futari. There's one version that is a collector's edition, and then there's the standard edition. I think that the standard edition is region free, but the collector's edition may... Oh god, it might not be Mushihima-sama. It might be Epscaluda. It's Epscaluda. Okay, so there's 2 versions of Epscaluda 2 on the Xbox 360, which is a fantastic shooter. So there's 2 versions of that game on the 360. Same game, right? There's a standard edition, which is region free, or at least you can use it on a North American 360, and you can also use it on a Japanese 360. Now, there is a collector's edition that is region locked. You can only use that on a Japanese console. Maybe it'll work on a PAL console, but do they have PAL 360s? Is that a thing? If it is, maybe it'll work on that, but it won't work on a US system. I'm actually playing this game right here on a US 360. Now, I do have a Japanese 360, and I have quite a few Japanese exclusive games, and one of them is actually a fighting game. I'm not a huge fighting game guy, but there's this fighting game on the 360 that I can't even pronounce the name. It's crazy. I'll show it to you though. Like, I'll go get it and show it to you. But it's the best fighting game I've ever played in my life. Like, the combos are crazy. It's like it was never released like anywhere but Japan. And look, I'll go get it real quick. Hold on. This game right here. I don't know if you can see that. So I don't know what this is called. But it's a fighting game based on some sort of visual novel. And it's serious. At least I think so. Like I said, I'm not like huge into fighting games or anything like that, but yeah, the game is God. I should just... Do you want me... I'll go... Okay, so I have a US system hooked up right now. I'll turn this console off, and I'll use my Japanese console if you want me to show you the fighting game. If y'all want to see it, I'll get it going. Like, if I power the system down, I should just be able to swap systems real quick. But if you want me to, like, if you want to see the fighting game, I have to use a different 360. You want to see K? All right, now, I actually have Epscaluda 2 right here with me. Now, for whatever reason, my 360 controller just whatever lost connection, and it does that from time. I don't know if I should get some new batteries for it, which I do have, but yeah, it didn't do that when I streamed the other night, and I played shooters for a couple hours the other night, but whatever. So yeah, I'll replay this if you want, or I can show you this other cave game. I think I got most of the cave stuff for the 360, but yeah, is there a certain cave game that you wanna see? Let's just play this one since I already got it going. All right. I think I just saved a replay of that. I hate when I take up hard drive space with stuff like that. Unless it's like a actual good run or something. Now, Mr. Xbox controller, don't you disconnect again. The music's pretty good in this game. I feel like this would be a good contender to get ported to like the Switch and the PS. Oh fuck. Yeah, this would be a good contender to get ported to like the Switch and the PS4. They should do a cave collection and release it on the Switch. That's what I think. And I think M2 should actually get on that. Now I think M2 actually did this right here, what we're playing right now, so. As far as cave games on consoles, I'm pretty sure M2 is the only people that have touched a cave game on a console that I'm trying to think. What about Ibarra? You know that. Actually, I wouldn't even count that. I wouldn't even count Ibarra. I don't even count that as a cave game. Ibarra is a. I look at Ibarra like it's a rising game. Ah! If you graze, she goes, eh. If you graze. I don't know if that affects scoring or not. It might, but just something to point out. Yeah, Steam has a few, don't they? I need to go back on Steam now. With Steam, and I got a decent computer. I mean, it's newish. I got it not even that long ago, a couple months ago. It's right here. I'm streaming with it right now. This computer here. Great computer, has a solid state drive. And anyway, downloaded Super XYX on Steam, the shooter, you know, what's that, Gregor, or whatever, well, anyway, the same guy that did did some of the work on Neo Zix or Neo XYX that got released for the Neo Geo and Dreamcast. That's the version I have, Dreamcast version. Anyway, that guy, like, his master work, it came to Steam. It's on Steam. You can play it right now. I can't. Anyway, I downloaded it on Steam. I booted it up. I played it one time. I changed the aspect ratio. The game would never boot after that. And you know, I requested a refund, and I was like, look, I want you all to know that, like, I really, like, I want to support you guys, but I want you to fix this, and I'll you know, I'll pay again. I would love to. I'd love a physical of your work, you know, a physical game burnt onto a disc. And I've reached out to developers like that on certain shooters that I like, and I've gotten games, physical games, shooters like that with the game on the disc. Doesn't happen often, but I've had it happen a couple of times, you know, just from, like, asking questions and shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, there was a couple of years, you know, not so much right now, but there was a couple of years where, like, I went pretty deep into, like, the Doge and stuff. I used to have a t-shirt shop, right? In a strip, like a shopping mall. It was a nice place. It was there was like a movie theater, and it was a cool time in my life. I did not make a lot of money. I was very poor, right? But I lived off of you know, some money that I had saved from a previous job. I, you know, scrimped and saved and stuff like that, so I was able to barely survive. But, you know, during that time in my life, I dove deep into the Doge and, you know, the PC shooters, pretty much. Whatever you want to call them. You know, some of them were pretty polished, but there's some pretty, you know, I've uploaded videos to YouTube, but there's some pretty good Doujin shooters out there. You know, some that I would love to see ported to the Switch. And, you know, prime example, we just got Crimson Clover, and that's like one of my all-time favorite shooters. You know, so hopefully we get a physical of that. Hopefully we get a physical of Crimson Clover, and hopefully, I would like to see strictly limited games handle that, because I like their collector's editions, and I would want one of Crimson Clover with its soundtrack. Now, you can get the soundtrack of Crimson Clover online right now, but it's overpriced. So overpriced, in fact, that the copy that I had was a retail copy. It was back when Amazon actually had copies of that game in stock. There was a time where you could buy a copy of Crimson Clover right on Amazon. But yeah, it was in stock, and it was at the time, and it wasn't cheap. It was essentially a $40 game, but whatever, it ended up costing $60 for whatever reason. Maybe it's because of shipping or something, I don't know. But that copy that I ended up getting, I never opened it. It's like one of those things where, like, you know, because I had the digital copy already on my computer, and, you know, you can go to Doujin Gravity and download it or whatever. That copy with the limiter shop, but man, Crimson Clover, like, God, I preached about that game for years. There's so many people that I turned on to that game. And I was so happy to see that thing got ported to the Switch, man. That really made me happy. I was happy at work one day, and you know, just at work, you know, randomly talking about video games with a coworker before I got my day started at work, and I mentioned Crimson Clover, and they were like, "Oh yeah, that shooting game," and I was like, "Oh my God, that's all." I was like, "Damn!" So people are starting to learn about this. This is great, you know. you know, if people start playing it and stuff, you know, maybe they'll do a physical copy. But you know, just a random person like knew what Crimson Clover was. I thought that was really cool. Fuck. This ain't no Mushi Himasama right here. This is a little tougher than Mushi Himasama. These bosses here are a little bit tougher than them Mushi Himasama bosses. Ah, shit. See, this is what I get for looking at the chat. Yeah, I remember one of my buddies, a fellow YouTuber, we met up at a mall. Like, we met up at a mall parking lot, and I had, I was like, I got to show this guy the shooter. You know, this is, you know, before it got, you know, again, we got ported to consoles, because, you know, at that point I would have just brought my Switch with me, right? But anyway, I'd had my laptop with me, and I'm like, dude, if there's any one thing I could show you, I was like, I want to show you, you know, he's all into the retro video games, right? He's not really into, like, computers, you know? And, I don't know if he was impressed by it or not, you know, because I think it's the best thing since sliced bread, but I had my laptop, and I was sitting in my car, and I was like, here, I was like, come here, and I showed it to him for, like, a couple of minutes, and I was like, let me show you this shooter called Crimson Clover, and, yeah, he looked at it. I don't know if he was, like I said, I don't know if he was particularly impressed, but it's always been one of those things that I think is very special, and it's a game that just holds very dear to me, and well, I love to just talk about it with people because I want to give that thing as much exposure as humanly possible, you know. And the version on Steam, World Ignition, that's a pretty good version. It's pretty much what we have on the Switch is called World Explosion, and it's just I'd say a little bit of a beefed up version of World Ignition. But the version of Crimson Clover that I'm like really all about, although I love World Ignition and World Explosion, but that original Dojin version, that I think it's the version that I have that actually came out physically for PC, which is the third build, version 3, which is the first setup with all the levels, and introduces the double break, you know, because that double break, you know, it's the same thing as Hyper System mode in Dodonpachi, you know. I love that double break. Or break is the same thing as Hyper System mode, but then you got double break, so it's better than Hyper System mode. Bitch. God. I mean, I can handle it when it's coming in from one direction, but when it starts coming in from the side, I can't handle that. Oh my god. Ow! I'm hungry. You know what? On my way home from work today, I stopped and got some frozen bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits. I eat the hell out of those things. You know what I really love? Scrapple. They call me that on the street out here in Baltimore. Scrapple. That's my nickname. And for obvious reasons, I love Scrapple. Oh, I just wasted another one of them. Oh, Bio Armor, what's going on, man? Check the chat real quick. Yeah, so the double brake system. So you know how you go into brake mode? So you charge your meter up, and then once it's charged up enough, you can go into brake mode. So while you're in brake, there's another meter that starts charging. If you get that other meter charged up to a certain level while you're in brake mode, you can hit that button again and go into double brake mode. So you're like super powered up. It's awesome. You got to check it out, man. Now, the shooter I'm talking about, Bio Armor, is Crimson Clover. And that only came out on, it's released on the PC. And as far as consoles go, it released on the Nintendo Switch. I would actually really like that, to come out to the PS4. I think it's worthy of the PlayStation 4. and I would really love to download that. I would love a physical copy, obviously, but I would love to download that on my PS4 Pro. And I would consider that to be, if they were able to do that, that would be the definitive version at that point, you know. But it does play well on the Switch, and I can play it with a Saturn controller on the Switch, which is the way that I play it on the PC with a USB Saturn controller. And I can use that same USB Saturn controller on the Switch. Can't say that about the PS4. Damn. This might be the last level on this game. Jesus. I like using the PlayStation Cross, I guess that's what's called the crosspad. I like that D-pad though. For shooters it works. Yeah, for shooters it definitely works. I can't complain. But I also love the 360s. I can get pretty precise with the 360 and with the PS4 controller. I really dig. Those are my two favorite D-pads. And although they're different, it's striking how similar they actually feel. Honestly, for as different as they are, the 360 and the PS4 D-pad they're good. Damn. Hold on. I'll be right back. I didn't really eat anything when I got off work. I had to throw one of those bacon, egg, and cheese biscuits up in the microwave. That was quick. Ah, fancy action now. What's going on, man? You know, fancy action now. One thing I've been looking into getting a real arcade board, you know, and hook it up with to a modern TV, obviously, or at least that's what I'd be doing with it. But I've been looking at getting not a Neo Geo MVS, but an IGS PGM, and you can actually get these bootleg ports of all these cave games that actually got ported to this like arcade. It's like a Neo Geo MVS, only it's called the IGS PGM. And they're cheap. You can get these like arcade things for like $60. The games are maybe like $100 a piece. Get a super gun and a power supply and wire you need some kind of like transcoder or something, but you can wire that to like a Genesis controller or something, and then wire that to the super gun. Fuck. So you have experience with this. I've never done this. I've been really thinking about it though, and I have wired control. Like, you know, I've gotten like a for example, I have a Hori Super Nintendo controller. The controller, like, you know, a couple of like up down didn't work on the controller, and a couple of the buttons didn't work, and all the other buttons did. But I was like, damn, this is a Hori Super Nintendo controller. You know, it's got all the turbo sliders on it. I really wanted to keep that controller, so what I did was I cut off about this much of the wire that was wired into the controller, and then just resoldered all those points, you know, back onto the back of the controller, and put it back together, and like everything worked. So if I can do that, I know that I could figure out how to get an IGS PGM in some of them cave games and them Taiwanese cave games. I'll tell you a YouTuber that has a video about the IGS PGM. There's a couple of them. Scarlet Sprites, he has one. But the Electric Underground, he's an awesome YouTuber. You should definitely check his channel. He's a shooter shmup channel. But the Electric Underground, he's got a really good channel, I'm telling you. Yeah, okay, power supply. I might have a spare power supply in the basement from an old computer. I could probably use that. So the super gun should go right on the JAMA connector on the IGS PGM, right? Yeah, I'd probably you know, I'm familiar with because I've seen that, you know, on the internet. I've seen people wire the Sega controllers up to them. But yeah, the Electric Underground. I heard about the IGS PGM because I heard about the cave games on it. So I looked up on YouTube, and one of the videos was the Electric Underground, and he's like showing his whole setup. He's like showing where he got this and where he got that at, and the prices are pretty much the same as they were when he did his video, you know? And when I saw that video, I was like, you know what? I could do this. I think I could do this. I'm a smart guy. If I can wire a fucking... If I can wire... I had this amp. It was like a Rockford Fosgate amp. That I had to use line output converters from the rear speakers of this car, and it was a Lexus. And I triggered the damn anti-theft system in the damn car, so that was a whole nother set of steps that I had to go through. But if I can put two 10-inch subwoofers in a Lexus using line output converters, because I didn't have a set of RCA jacks that I could have taken from the factory amp that powered the component system, but I was scared if I did that I would short something or something like that, so I just tapped into the 6x9s or whatever, the 5x7s or whatever in the back. But if I could figure that shit out, I know I can figure out an IGS PGM. Damn. You donkey. Oh. All right, here's a shooter that I found for the 360. This is region free now. This is one you may not have seen, or maybe you have. It's a triangle service shooter for those of you that are familiar with triangle service, but that is 12 Zeal and Delta Zeal for the Xbox 360. Let me just show you. All right. God, this game was brand spanking new when I got it. Yeah, this one's 12 Zeal and Delta Zeal. There's a couple of Triangle Service games that I have on the 360. There's one, it's like something 200X. Yeah, if you like cave games, you should definitely give this one. This one wasn't even that expensive. At least it shouldn't be. I never hear people talk about this one. You should probably, realistically, you should be able to get this online. You could probably find it on eBay for like $80 or less. But yeah, anyway, guys, I got to jump off here. I got to get up early for work tomorrow, but I will stream this weekend at some point. I'm going to try to put a video together. What would y'all want to see? What would y'all want to see a video me make of, if anything at all? You know, what would you want to see? Is there a certain, system that I might, have that you'd want me to go in detail? I think the last video I made was about shooters on the Sega Genesis. I think I did the same thing for the Switch a couple of weeks ago. Now, which Bullet Soul you got? Do you got Bullet Soul, or do you have Bullet Soul with Burst Mode, Infinite Burst? Which I think you can download Infinite Burst, I think, on the Xbox store. I think they have it. The only reason I didn't download it on my console is because I have the copy of it. But there's two versions of Bullet Soul. There's Bullet Soul, and then there's Bullet Soul Infinite Burst. And there's quite a big price difference in the in the two versions too. Unfortunately, yeah, it sucks they didn't just release the Bullet Soul with the Burst mode on it, but. Oh, you got both of them? Damn! I just got I do have Infinite Burst. I don't have the first version that came out because you know, I had Infinite Burst, so it's already got it on the disc, you know. Oh, you don't want to open them, huh? I got some sealed 360 games. I got hold on, hold on. So here's one. I probably have an unboxing of this on YouTube, but here's one that I got sealed, but I opened it. But I still have the plastic wrap around the whole entire game, so it looks like it's sealed. But I played it a couple of times. Bam, Sakura Flamingo Archives. I bought this. It was sealed. I got it cheap too, right on eBay too. It was like 3 in the morning one day. I saw someone list this brand new, and I jumped right on it. I was like, "Fuck yes." Yep, so that's how I got it. It was brand new. As soon as it came in, I opened it. I might have filmed an unboxing on it, like I said, but anyway, so this is it is opened. I can't floss that as a sealed game, but these two are sealed though. Look, Eschatos. It's the Wonder Price edition. I got this from Video Games New York at a game convention. So it's still got the sticker. It was $50 sealed. Bam! It's still got the price sticker on there. Bam. Another one I got sealed, and it's not the Wonder Price edition. It's the first version that came out. Ginga Force. Sealed on the 360. Now, the only reason I didn't open this is because for whatever reason I've stuck it in a box of 360 games and didn't play it. I brought it home from a convention, and by the time I saw this again, I had downloaded it on the PS4. So, and a couple years had gone by at this point, and I was like, "Fuck it!" So I left it sealed, and then I pre-ordered that Ginga Force and Natsuzuki Chronicles, which is this game's sequel. It's on the Xbox One. I don't even own an Xbox One, but I ordered that combo pack from that First Press Games. Which actually that's sold out. I mean, you can still get the collector's edition and standard edition of both games, but the combo pack that had both of them together, that one's sold out. But I wouldn't recommend pre-order or buying that one in anyway, because it was like twice as much, and all it came with like a little like see-through block with like a character in it. Like, I don't even want that shit. You know what I mean? But yeah, these are sealed. A couple of sealed 360 games that I have. That are, I guess these are collectible. I guess collectible 360 games, but Ginga Force and Eschatos, and Eschatos, I downloaded this on Doge and Gravity before I even owned this 360 copy. So I've been playing Eschatos on the PC, but I do want that original version of Eschatos because it has a soundtrack. Now we got Ginga Force. Why can't we have fucking Eschatos ported to Switch and or PS4 or whatever, or PS4? All right, you put it on PS4. Okay, you got Ginga Force now. Quote this company right here. They made Eschatos. They're both quote games, so they need to put Eschatos on the PS4 along with Judgment, Silver Sword, Resurrection. That'd be awesome. They should put all the quote games. Fuck it, port all of them. But anyways, like I said, I got to jump off here. I got to get ready to go to work and wind down for the evening. So, till next time, guys. Peace.